All right, everyone. So we're live, and as you can see, I'm in a dark corner. I'm back home in sunny London right now, and it's Alex and Gio. How's it going, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I've been running the course today. Been out and about doing some bits and pieces. So a busy day. So all good. Everything all right. How was your trip?
Yeah, I had a list of about. Yeah, the trip was not bad. I mean, usual stuff. I mean, it was a bit quiet for the from the statue side, to be honest with you. But
So it was a jolly then.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a few, going out for a few drinks with a few people, meeting up.
Oh.
It was. Well, we just had a conversation about this, George. Are we pretending? Yeah, I did. I behaved myself. It was a good time.
Good boy.
So, yeah, I was very well behaved. So, yes, I mean, I just met a few of the guys out there. So, it was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the beaches as I would love to have gone to again, because apparently they're going to be closing some of the beaches for 4 months.
Oh, wow. Why?
Apparently there's issues with it. Apparently there's all this political shit going on, and it's like they're claiming that it needs to be cleared up, but allegedly it's like it needs to be cleared up, but there's like a plot that it's going to be closed for 4 months so they can build a casino. It's like, I don't know, it was all the stuff on the news, and it was well shady, really shady.
Sounds like my kind of town. That's perfect.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? So there was that. I did actually meet up with the Black Power Ranger. He's actually quite a cool guy. I met up with 4 of the actors from Overwatch, voice actors. They're actually, again, really, really cool people. One of the ones, actually, there was a lady from Teen Wolf, but the TV show. And there was a guy from Stranger Things, and the thing about him was you haven't seen Stranger Things, have you?
Nope.
He comes into Stranger Things.
All sounds like C-list shit to me, because I don't watch it.
Well, in Stranger Things, he basically he comes in the second season. They move him and his stepsister move into the town, and he basically is like a proper dickhead. And he's a bit of a bully, and he's quite horrible. And in person, he's actually like the total opposite. He's actually like a really nice guy. He's like really calm. He's really softly spoken, and it's just so funny to see, because I guess you do have, I know it's acting and stuff, but you do have that kind of view of them because that's kind of where you saw him first and stuff. It's quite good to see that he's not like that.
He's not method acting. He's a nice guy. He's a good actor.
So I did ask him about that, and I asked him about, because of his character, does he kind of get into a lot of bar fights and things like that? And he said, well, the problem is...
He should have asked you about that. You should have said to you.
The problem is, because of the fact that he was a Power Ranger as well, he was a Red Power Ranger in the new movie, and he was this character. He says, he just constantly gets started all the time. So, yeah.
Poor guy. I know Kung Fu. Just tell him he should do
I know Kung Fu. Well, he must know some kind of martial art. He's a Power Ranger. So, yeah. And the funny one as well is the Black Power Ranger. It makes sense. He's 51 years old. But the thing is like, he probably looks like his early 30s.
Shit.
I mean, the thing is he was 25 when he was a Power Ranger. And he looked really young at 25. He was quite baby-faced, and as like a 51-year-old, he actually looks like he's like early 30s. Looks well young. But again, it makes sense because Power Rangers came out when we were like 10. So
we missed all that shit. Really, fortunately,
it wasn't really. I was talking to him about it, and I said, like, you know, we were talking about this and
Lost
that.
that company's making Power Rangers now, so that license has been acquired a few times by a few people. A lot of people are trying to get that, trying to make them now.
Yeah, well, I mean, he apparently is quite popular. I mean, the most popular one is the green / White Ranger, because he was in like
the movie and everything.
He was in the kind of, well, he was
I remember him.
impressed. He was impressed quite a lot.
Had a ponytail, like a Native American.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool.
Well, he wanted to be famous, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He was going to have like a proper MMA fight with someone famous at one point. And I think he is actually like, you know, like some MMA. I think he had a little short MMA career. I don't know how well he did, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there was that. There was him. Yeah, so the Overwatch
all sounds like a fucking jolly to me. That you went out and you met a few people and you had the good time, and you saw a couple of Halimar statues and you came home.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, there was a bit of a funny thing.
I got to say, off the bat, I thought them pieces look shit. I just have to say that. I don't really.
Yep.
No, I don't play any. There's no niceties, no bullshit on my end. I watched their videos, and I was just like, wow, they don't look good. I mean, the better rate build looks nice. The Galactus, but other than that, the whole all them pieces look jacked as shit. They just don't look. They really look some dated work there. I was not impressed at all.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember the throne pieces. They came out like 2 or 3 years ago. Don't you remember? Because like Victor did the review of them.
Yeah.
They did come out a while ago.
The Maestro throne had a bit more. So it had a bit more about it, but that Maestro doesn't look right either. The figure is fucked. So the base looked good. I like the King. And then I like the Maestro base, but I still think they both looked. They just didn't look finished. It looked, you know, Michael Reilly said it to me on the phone earlier. He said they look like paper mache, and I have to say, when he said it, I was a bit like, yeah, I sort of get what you're going with. It just didn't look right.
I can give you the break. I can give you the breakdown, a very, very quick one. I mean the Moon Knight, which was on a scale of 1 to terrible, it was pretty bad, and it was quite dumpy. The just looked a bit squashed, and the best part about it was probably that statue thing at the back, which I don't even know what that was about, but the random statue, that was probably the better part. It's and then you move on to the Beta Ray Bill and the Galactus is probably the best Marvel DC Halimar piece I've seen, but you know it just looks like two concepts put together, and they missed the mark by putting them together. I think the Galactus bust part, if it was sitting up and it was a single Galactus bust, I think it would actually be a very good Galactus bust. But I just think that the Beta Ray Bill's feet position were wrong, and the actual twist of the body didn't look right. And the paint was actually on the whole piece. The paint was quite decent, you know. I guess maybe because it was compared to those 4, it looked good. I don't know, but then you had the King Hulk.
Yeah.
Based on the King Hulk is pretty dull, pretty boring, and the sculpt it just lacks a bit of finesse. It just lacks a bit of something, you know, if it could have been really good, but it just kind of, you know, it was just looked a bit lazy. And then you've got the Maestro, which is the better of the two thrones, and with those two, there's a lot of detail on the Maestro base. There's like there's probably like 25 skulls on there. I couldn't work out
who's in it and different weapons and stuff all there. Look good. I like that.
It's heroes and villains. Yeah, heroes and villains, and the base actually looked quite good because they were quite subtle, so it weren't like
overpowering. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, so it wasn't like they kind of each piece pops out. It was kind of like very subtle ingrained in the base.
That makes it look intentional, doesn't it? It doesn't make it look like how Beta Ray Bill and Galactus looked. There was nothing subtle about that piece. That piece is as subtle as getting a brick in the face. It basically was like fucking here's a big thing and here's a big thing and just put them together. And there was no fact about it. So I get what you're saying. It looks more intentional, like they've been.
But then the thing I think that ruined the Maestro was I think the Sentinel head was pretty piss poor on the Sentinel base.
It didn't look terrible on film, so I can take your word for it.
That was the worst part about it. It looked like what's that character? No, it looked like there's a character in like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 3, and he throws like Lego head or something. But it looked a bit like a Lego head. Anyway, and then Halimar. The funny thing about it was that I know a few other guys who wanted to display at the convention, but they weren't allowed, and they were told that they weren't going to display any unlicensed pieces at the convention. So what happened was they found a loophole where they used the Filipino group to display the Halimar pieces, so it wasn't actually Halimar displaying the pieces. So it's like a loophole.
like what Collectiverse did, where they went to their con, didn't they, and they showed loads of Sideshow pieces for their giveaway and stuff like that.
Not really the same, because like Sideshow would be allowed to display there, but it was they're not allowed to display unlicensed.
Sideshow get an extra booth in that regard, didn't they? They all them pieces are there. Yeah. Everyone gets to see them. So then Filipino group get Halimar pieces to show. That's not a waste of time. I was glad they're there, because otherwise you would have been doing videos of the fucking Black Ranger and fucking the basketball guy you met, or fucking whoever else. I'm glad that there was something there, although I didn't enjoy any of it.
I was actually, I'll have to send you a video. There's actually some news report. There's a video of me getting my hair cut. So yeah.
Send me that video. I'd love to see that.
I'll send you. I'll send it. Maybe I'll post it.
Stupid,
it's not really
stupid hairy white man gets his hair cut at Cutthroat Barbers.
Well, no, there was a barber there who actually I went out drinking with a couple of times. A really nice guy, and he basically cuts the hair of like NBA stars and things like that. So he was like, "Oh, you're at the con. Come to the booth. We'll cut your hair." And I'm like, "Yeah, could use a cut." So yeah, free cut.
Yeah, I ain't expecting you to turn that down, that's for sure. She say, "How much?" No, free. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure.
Couldn't get me away from it, motherfucker. I was there so quick. And then basically, because and then what it was Halimar actually had like a license. Halimar are trying to go licensed now, so they're not making any more of the unlicensed pieces. Cool. I think their last piece was actually this Beta Ray Bill. But what it is, I'll tell you, a piece I would like to see of Halimar is I want to see the Anti-Monitor. Anti-Monitor looks really good.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad actually. Yeah, I've seen pictures.
It's like the big chrome character who's like the size of Galactus.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I remember that. That didn't look bad.
Okay. So basically, yeah, they got this license, which is like a Filipino license, and what it is like it's the same as like Marvel and DC used to rip each other off in the early days. So whenever you look at like the old characters, there's always like a counterpart, and basically the Filipinos, they decided they're going to rip off.
We're going to jump in DC. We're going to get on it.
So they made like a Shazam ripoff, which was like a Captain Barbell, and they made it's like a little kid holding up a barbell like that, and then he's got like a big yellow Shazam guy behind, and then they had like like a Wonder Woman character who's called Dana.
Yeah, nearly Diana, almost.
Yeah. They had my favorite one actually. Was they had like a character which was like a cross between the Riddler and Plastic Man, and actually I quite the look of it. It was like there was like a safe on the floor, and he was like wrapped around a burglar, and he had like it
looks like a Riddler.
He's like shut.
Elastic Man.
Elastic Man. He's called. Yeah. So I mean that was it. And then they had like a bust of Stanley done by Court Masters and
I really like
life
the look
size.
of the Stan Lee life size Stan Lee look good, and the Manny Pacquiao statues actually look really good. But those ones, all of them ones we're talking about,
the Manny Pacquiao
was
looked
little.
good apart from the.
It wasn't big.
It's meant to be little, wasn't he?
The statues were only like quarter scale of Pacquiao. They look pretty cool.
The quarter scale one, yeah. But the problem with both, there were three of them because there was a 1/6 scale one which was actually made by someone else, but there was a quarter scale one and there was a life size one which was made by Halamar again. And the problem was Halamar went really lazy with the tattoos. So literally, it looked like it was just literally like a square cut out and stuck on. It was like really bad. And then he did that on the
tattoo as well. I can't recall.
He's got all his kids' names on one arm. He's got like something that looks like a fucking sperm or something going there.
You wouldn't say that to his face, man. Motherfucker would smack you. He looked a bit tired though. Was he there? Did you catch him? Did you see Manny Pacquiao this time?
No, I didn't actually. I saw him last time, and then we were there so long, and he was a bit late, so we just left. Unfortunately. So yeah, but as I say, they had a bronze life-size statue, and then literally on top of the bronze were these like sticky decal square tattoos of all the names. It just looked so bad. I said to Jay, I was like, "That is like." He goes, "What do you think of the statue?" I said, "You've ruined it by your lazy. You're so lazy by sticking them on there that you've ruined it. All you needed to do was get someone to come in and paint it on. You know, why didn't you do that?" He goes, "I run out of time." And I said, "Yeah, but that ruins it. You know, you just like done all this hard work, and then the thing that stands out are these shitty tattoos you've done like at the last minute. So you should have just left them off."
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, the good thing about Manny Pacquiao is them tattoos would have they won't be there all the time. Like his fight career, because he fought for so. I mean, Jesus Christ, he fought quite a time. So I don't think them tattoos. I mean, I remember watching him when he was lighter, and I don't think he had any tattoos at all. So they wouldn't have had to have been a necessity for a particular time. You could have got away with having him clean.
Cool. Yeah. Well, they're all his kids' names as well. So basically, you can probably work it out for how old his oldest kid is. Obviously, he wouldn't have had any then. So yeah. But anyway, so that's that really. Other than that,
I'm glad you had a good jolly, mate.
Yeah. Well, what are we looking at here? So I'm just trying to go through the old comments. Jesus, loads of comments. Christ. Themselves on this. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. Keep it social, keep it alive.
Well, the problem with this stupid comment is it gets wiped away at the end, which is a shame. The comments that people make during this chat get wiped away at the end.
Them. Apparently on YouTube, there's like a thing on YouTube where you can see them all.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I could never find it.
It's at the top. It's like where comments, where it says comments, like there's a thing that says like just above it. It's like live chat or something. You can go through them all. They keep if you're watching it live, they'll keep popping up. I think.
Sorry, I'm just going through here. They're all talking about what degrees they have. That's impressive. Blah blah blah. What's up, boys? Sinister statues. Nicholas.
Good old reliable Nicholas to get it back on track.
Posted. Oh yeah. Keep it. Is there a chat? Sorry, no. I'm just trying to find if there's anything on the chat. Sorry. Alex, make sure Gio doesn't read that. Okay, what's going on? I just skipped past something. Kind of missed what he meant. Okay, I don't know what. I don't know what he's talking about. I hope they discuss PCS show Khan on Throne. I've got pictures of that, Richard. I think there might be your pictures.
Yeah, to be well, while you were having your jolly, there were other people actually doing some fucking work at a proper con. You know what I mean?
Don't like your attitude. You're lucky I'm not around there, otherwise.
Oh yeah, don't come here. That's fine.
Takes the back of my hand. I'm expecting that. God, so many comments. Right, I'm going to ignore all of you lot now because they're all chatting to each other.
Tell you, man, what's that? What's Justice League? I really enjoyed it.
What?
Huh? I did. What? I enjoyed it. I watched it. I got the steelbook in, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know if they've done something to like fix up Superman's face, but the Superman's face didn't look terrible. I sort of could see that there was maybe something. Could see maybe it was like the bridge or something in the middle of his mouth. Looked at like the bridge in between both sections of lip looked a little bit pronounced on every shot. Like it, but it wasn't much.
Yeah,
I know what happened with the beard thing. I know what happened, but
no. Well, at the beginning of the film, do you know when the kids are talking to him at the beginning, they're using their camera phone.
Yeah,
that's quite bad. That one.
No, there wasn't. I was looking. I didn't really see too much. I quite liked the film. Everyone was saying about how Batman's like a lot lighter and all that. I didn't think that. No, I got the impression that he was trying to come to terms with working with other people. That he was trying to make an effort. That's what I got from watching the film. I was under the impression that that he was surrendered to the fact that he can't do this alone anymore. That the enemies have got too big, and that it's all got a bit too strong, and he can't fight all this on his own. That really, in fairness, if you go back to the Justice League's inception not the very first beginning when it was something else like the Justice Organization or the Justice whatever it was at the very beginning.
Justice League of America.
That was the proper Justice League. The whole point of them was they came together for unbelievable odds that they couldn't tackle alone. That was the whole point of their existence. So the whole film in its entirety is about that. It's the same thing. It's just a modern telling of a classic story that's been told for about 50 years. In those decades, they've done it loads of times with the comics. They did the JLA, they did the Justice League of America, they did the Justice League International, and they've done it loads and loads of times where they're trying to bring everybody together to fight an unbelievable opponent, something that you couldn't face alone. And I think the whole point of Batman in the film is that he's trying, he's going against his nature, and he's trying to sort of mix, and it doesn't come across that he all of a sudden switches into this character that's not like him. I can feel the struggle, which I think Ben Affleck acted out very well, because I could feel, I was like fucking.
No, I just
he's hard. The Flash made me laugh a lot. He was funny, and
I just found that with Ben Affleck's character, he was trying to joke around a bit, and I just felt to myself,
when was he joking around? He's just quick-witted. Sometimes, like they ask him a question, he's quick, he's sharp-witted, but he's like that in every Batman of all time. He's always quite sharp and quite on the money. I thought they did a really good job. I found Thingy disappointed a little bit, actually. Aquaman disappointed me a bit. I didn't think he was as strong as he really is. I really underplayed how strong he is, and he really didn't use his powers too much. I would have liked to have seen him, exploit a bit of that power that he has. And I just didn't think he did a too good a job of that. I thought he'd come across as being quite. He's getting fucking flown about by like fucking people at some point. This is a bit like, oh god, do you know what I mean? Like he's a passenger. This is Aquaman we're talking about. But I liked it.
Well,
I definitely liked it. I liked Steppenwolf as well. I liked Steppenwolf. He did well. Thought he come across well.
I don't know. I think you're becoming a bit too lenient in your old age.
Well, the funny thing is that when I watch a film, when I watch like Marvel films at the moment, I sit and I watch a Marvel film, and there's a part of me that's like, I'm glad I'm watching this in my house, because if I was in a cinema, if I didn't have like a 10-year-old with me, I'd have some explaining to do, because it's just a bit kiddie at times. And I really feel that with the DC stuff, this one, the Wonder Woman, the Batman versus Superman one, all of that, I just felt it's a little bit more adult. I really do. I just feel it's a little bit more adult. There's more darkness. There's more risk. There's more danger. And I was glad that they didn't kill everybody like they, there's been like Superman, the first Superman, Man of Steel, and the last few films has been unbelievable fucking collateral damage where people are getting fucking killed in buildings, dying.
It's like massacre.
I think they tried to tone that down a little bit by putting it in like a, that it was in some fucking little town in Russia where no fucker is. I think that was an intelligent plan because there's too many people fucking dying and no one doing anything about it. So it was a bit like, yeah, they really had to, they had to calm that a little bit because Batman versus Superman, people were fucking dying all over the damn place. Man of Steel, there's about a million people fucking died in Man of Steel.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I just preferred the darkness of like Batman versus Superman.
Totally. Listen, I
just felt I don't know. I just felt there was like there was parts that really conflicted. Like where it was a bit too chirpy, and then it kind of went a bit dark, but it didn't go that dark, and it kind of went back, and I just found it a bit all over the place. For me, it was just, I found it a bit of a mess, and I don't know. Maybe I was a bit harsh. I don't know, but I don't plan on watching it again anytime soon.
I watched it, and I watched it in 2D, and I'm gonna watch it in 3D. I'm gonna wait a little while, but I definitely I definitely agree with you. I definitely prefer.
Is it not like is it not like an extended edition or anything?
No, not that I'm aware of. I'm starting to watch some of the extra features today. I'll get back onto that in the next few days. I definitely preferred Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel much more. But I don't think this was this is not a terrible film by any state of the imagination at all. Not for me anyway. I quite enjoyed it. I think I want everybody to turn around and tell me how shit films are from now on because I seem to like them.
I think that's
People rave about them. How good they are, and I watch them. I'm like, oh no. So this actually.
Well, that's. I actually had that conversation today with. Who was I talking? I think I was talking to Rob, and he said he went to go see. He went to see Ready Player One, and he said it's actually, he said it's pretty good. He said he really enjoyed it, and then I was talking about I haven't seen Black Panther yet, and the problem with Black Panther is I want to watch it, but the thing is because everyone's saying how fucking amazing it is, and it's broken the box office, and it's doing this, and it's the best Marvel film, and whatever else. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking hate it now because it's built up so much,
Yeah. Still, I haven't seen it either, so I'm in the same boat as you. But now I'm in a rush to see it because when April's Infinity War breaks, I have to go see it. I have to go see it. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to see that. So I'm gonna have
to. Are we doing that? Are we doing?
Yeah, we'll grab some boys and we'll go. We'll do like a really late showing somewhere where the fuck is in. There's no one in there. We'll go like a 1 a.m. showing or some shit.
Well, I've got to look at my calendar. I kind of don't have a job, and I don't. Yeah, by that time I won't have anything planned.
I'm thinking like 1 a.m. on like a Tuesday.
Awesome. Let me check my diary. I'm free. Shit, there's like a reminder of something I was meant to have done. I haven't done it.
That's always disappointing when that happens. We're doing a chat also today because Alex flies out to Sweden tomorrow, so he's flying all over the damn place.
Yeah, my flight was slightly delayed yesterday, so I think it worked out as about 14 and a half hours, which a 14 and a half hour flight when you're hungover really isn't that nice. And so yeah, that was that. And then to come back, I was back for 3 days, I think, and then I'm going to Sweden. I come back for a week, so we'll have the chat next week, and then I'm going to go to Spain to see my parents for a week. So yeah,
busy
and
time.
Then I come back, and then we go see the Infinity War. How about that?
Tuesday 1 a.m.
Yeah, Tuesday 1 a.m. Well, that's the thing is like, what was it we went to go see? Civil War, and it was like no one there.
I think we went to see maybe Age of Ultron.
Yeah, sorry, I always say Civil War. It was, yeah.
We Civil War, yeah, maybe. I think yes, it's Civil War. We went on the trilogy day, and that was a tough one. That was. We won't do that again. That was when we watched Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then Civil War broke at midnight. When the next day kicked in, so the cinemas were allowed to show it.
Yeah.
And I was exhausted by then. I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed Winter Soldier a lot more, and then Civil War was like, I'm tired of this now.
That was the funny thing is I watched the original Captain America when it came out, and I remember just thinking to myself, this film is amazingly average, and I didn't watch it again until we went to the premiere of Civil War, and basically we watched the triple play, and then I saw Captain America again. So I don't know how many years that is after it came out.
5,
and maybe more, man.
Maybe more.
That was like 2016. Civil War came out, no, and then originally Captain America came out in like 10, 9, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I watched it and I was like, actually, this is pretty damn good. And the funny thing about it was, out of all 3 Captain America films, it had the best 3D.
It did. Yeah, the least shaky, the least unstable. It was actually really good.
So I actually enjoyed it more then. And then I watched one of my favorites, which is Winter Soldier, which I do love. I haven't started looking for a job yet. Yeah, I haven't started looking. That's what somebody just messaged. Have you started looking for a job yet, Alex?
Imagine my please.
No. I kind of had this moment the other day where I was kind of laying in bed and I thought to myself, I could look for fuck it. I rolled back over. I got my pregnancy pillow, right? And I rolled over and I went back to sleep because these things are well fucking comfortable. Okay. I know no one's pregnant. No one's pregnant. It's just something that's comfortable. So anyway, so yeah, Age of Ultron. Is this the best? Oh yeah. All right. So,
what was that?
Oh, just Brendan's. What's he saying? This is the best Life of Alex and Geo chat I've ever seen. All right.
If that's our life, then we need to retire. If that's as good as it gets, we need to do better.
You don't want to know some of the stories. Some of the stories, but we can't repeat on here. Anywho, what we'll do then is let me just see whether we can deal with the shizzle with the pictures.
Yeah, that's what people don't realise.
What's that?
People think, oh yeah, look, they're talking to us, not showing any pictures, but it's because if the pictures don't work, that's the end of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Good night, Vienna. So, all right. So there's only 111 pictures today.
Oh, good, nice number.
I think 109 of them are probably ones that Richard took. So.
Good old Richard. At least we have him on board.
Good old Dickie. And if you want to come and see the film, Richard, you get your ass down here and try not to cancel.
Oh yeah,
again.
always welcome, man. He blew us out on the last meetup.
He's blown us out twice.
Some domestic shit, which we got no time for. RaddTitan, mate. This ain't fucking no. This ain't no.
I'm pretty sure he's blown us out twice, and that's 2 strikes. You're the third time, man. Third time you're out.
There's no invitations after 3. How the fuck did Richie get 3 invites anyway? People blow us out once, they don't get invited back. How the fuck has he got a 3rd lifeline?
I don't know. Again, I told you you're getting too lenient in your old age.
I know, man. It's like people that it's like people that make up fucking fake stories and fake accusations about us, then jump on our page and start fucking commenting like nothing's happened. It's that type of batshit crazy I'm talking about.
I was I was actually quite confused reading that.
Come on, talking like you're friends with us, man. I'm gonna smash your fucking. When I meet you, I'm gonna break your face into 1,000 pieces. Come talk to me like we're friends. You piece of shit.
So Brendan said something about he never got a chance to blow me. Oh, is that not what you said? Okay, damn, I never got a chance to blow Alex off. I mean, he's cancelled me, doesn't he? Okay.
He doesn't cancel you. I mean, The other one sounds much more interesting. He definitely means
it's been a long day. I really read that wrong. Oh dear. Anyway. All right. So we're going to go into the pictures now. So, and just click on me. Let me click on this. You're going to get the old infinity screen.
I love the infinity page.
Yeah.
It means things are working. I have a warm space for it in my heart. It means it. Yay! No, that's not good. Oh, okay, there it is. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
all right. So
me a few million times. That's what dreams are made of.
You see it?
Oh, what the fuck is that? Are you serious? What is that?
So this
it
is
looks like your mum when we're late for dinner.
Yeah, she had an angry scold to her, you know.
Oh my god!
All right, so this is the Scar Predator, isn't it?
No, it ain't, is it?
It is. You can see the fucking scar in his forehead.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like Jeepers Creepers.
Well, the creeper.
Yeah, it looks like a Rastafarian Jeepers Creepers. That is so bad. That is the worst fucking thing.
The thing is like it's probably like based on.
That's not Sideshow. Who made that?
No. This is Cool Props.
No, Cool Props do nice stuff.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there.
Is that a bad picture? Is that a really bad picture?
No, they are literally all like. Oh shit! Do you know who I met? Do you know who I met the other day?
Don't give me this fucking.
No. I just remembered something. And do you know, he was staring at me funny, right? And I thought, who is this guy? And then I looked at him, and he was really tall. So I just assumed he was some like random basketball player because he was by the place where they're getting the haircuts, and they were all like basketball stuff. And I was like looking at him thinking, I really recognise that guy. And I was like, oh, fuck. I walked away and then got back to my hotel and I'm like, holy fuck, that was Brandon Vera.
Oh, shit, really? The UFC heavyweight champion?
Light heavyweight champion, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, he was a good fighter. He was quite tough. I liked Brandon Vera.
I didn't like him as a person, though, so I'm quite glad I didn't speak to him. I always thought he was a bit of a knob in interviews, but I didn't want to say it to his face because he is quite big. So,
oh yeah, man, and he's trained as well. So your backhand ain't worth shit. You can get murked.
Yeah, he's still like a champion in one. Is it one elite or something? Yeah,
I used to like him as a fighter.
He got fucked by John Jones bad. John Jones smashed his orbital really bad.
Yeah, but that's an injury that never heals. That's a bad injury. That.
So Ed Dude's asking, Ed Dude, there was actually a Jeepers Creepers statue which was licensed by Hollywood Collectibles.
I remember it actually looks better than this thing.
Oh yeah, but he's a champion on 1FC. That's what someone did. Yeah, I actually wanted that the Jeepers Creepers one for a while.
I love that film, the original film, the first film. I love that film. Really
I watched the third one recently. It was fucking bad. Anyway,
stop at 2. Dude, this really it's a really bad picture. Am I getting really snobby here? What the fuck's wrong?
It does look really bad. Something about it looks lacking. I just don't get it.
All Props make some really good stuff. It just doesn't look any. I don't know if it's the picture. It just looks bleached out, that face.
Yeah.
There's no detail on it. It's all the same fucking colour.
It looks, to me, it looks dreadful. And then all the dreads.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I didn't even mean that. It was like the other week.
As we're looking at his dreads, it looks dreadful.
I was actually, it just came to me naturally. I don't even think about these things. Like the other day when I said Allied charge Captain America's on thin ice, and it just, I didn't even mean it.
Yeah, that's not as good as Dreadful though, man. Dreadful was much better.
So yeah, this looks horrible. This looks really bad. I mean, I'm hoping these are really bad pictures because actually, I'll tell you what, I did see some Cool Pops pieces in Philippines last time, and the one, funny enough, the one that looked the best, I saw. Well, the one that looked terrible was the Blue Warrior. Looked terrible.
Right.
The one to me that looked actually the best, which I hate the design of, is the Alien Resurrection. The paint on that is actually really good, but I don't like.
I've seen some videos and NEDs showing some of their stuff. I really like the way some of this shit looks, man. I hope NED doesn't see this because he is the king of Alien and Predator. Definitely Predator more. If he sees this, he's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah, well, then he probably repainted them.
This really looks terrible, man. This looks really bad. I can't believe this is cool props. I mean, fuck me. What did they let an intern do this?
Well, the funny thing about it is they're not fucking cheap, are they?
Nah, this is like they're mega money.
Mm.
They're in Japan and they cool props. It's like even to ship them, it's like fucking serious money. It's funny. Even if I go on eBay and I see anything and it's in Japan, I just click right past it because their prices they want for things isn't nuts.
Well, yeah, and that's the close up of the teeth.
Somebody in Japan selling a Chun-Li original PCS Pop Culture Shock original one. Wanted like £1,500. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, this is about $2,000 apparently.
Yeah, you can fucking. I'd rather burn it. Rather take that money and burn it than fucking pay for that.
I don't know what. It's a shame really because it just doesn't really look like.
It's all the face though. It's the whole Predator part. I'm digging the armor and all of that bits and pieces look good, but the face is fucked.
Oh, Guerrero's been corrected, and someone says it's actually $1,200.
It's $1,200.
Yeah,
Still won't pay.
No. It just looks like it's lacking some detail on there. Really, I'm sure the sculpt's really good, but it's just
Dude, I'm really shocked by that. Like that is like the worst start picture that we've ever had in the history of RaddTitan chat. That is the worst. Only you at a picnic or with your family is a worse picture than this.
Yeah, thank you. Apparently, someone in Japan is selling the XM Punisher for $3,500.
See, I rest my case. Mike, drop.
All right, so then we have this is the image we showed last week or the week before, probably the week before, of the Connecticut's Guilty Gear Dizzy, and basically this it's got some close-ups there. So you got the kind of demon side, so it's kind of like she's got like an angel demon thing going on.
Yeah, it's funny because you can't see that clearly through the thing. I didn't even realize it looked like that. That's cool.
Maybe it's sarcastic.
No, honestly, I thought it was a parrot or something from the first one. I couldn't tell from there.
You got the kind of like death kind of character there.
It's like green, sort of like feathery, sort of. Yeah, you can see there's feathers in that. You can see his feathers in his hand there.
You got her there, and then you got the kind of angel there.
Yeah, it's wicked, man.
This piece is massive, by the way. From tip to tip, it's I think it's 75 centimeters wide.
I'm curious to know what's the retail on this piece.
They did tell me, was it $699 or?
Fucking hell! Look at that. That's a ridiculous price. What good?
Yeah.
Jesus, you buy yourself two of these instead of that Predator head.
And then, so that's the front. I like that view.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That I love that.
Where the fuck did that come from? I ain't even seen that yet.
That's wicked. That looks amazing. That does.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's really nice. You really get a feel for the sort of, it's very much like that Tom and Jerry cartoon where, they got the bad on one side and the good on the other shoulder, telling you to do things, telling you not to do things.
Yeah,
I like that. It's got a good flow to it from that angle there. That's the picture you want.
Yeah,
really good. That's a nice shot.
Oh no, someone's saying it's 769.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still ridiculously good price for what you'd get in there. Getting like 3-4 statues all put together in an environment.
You're too late. You're too late, fucker. Omar's sending me pictures to post. I'll try and put them up at the end. God damn it! All right, then you have these are the pictures from Wonderfest. WonderCon. This is the
you mean
1/3.
Do you mean a proper con that actually has statues there that has some relevance to our community rather than your fucking jolly? That con. Okay.
Yes. So here is the 1/3 Dread. So you got
this
that
looks
there.
Great.
It's by PCS. So you got that there.
Yeah, I love this. Looks wicked.
I think a lot of people were sort of like complaining because of the fact that the quarter scale came out and then they sort of brought third scale out straight away. The same with the Khan as well.
We've got that on review to go up. That got a hard time as well. That's not not great showing.
It's not, but the detail on this looks great.
This is a bit next level. This is proper stuff. This is what we should expect from a top branded company. This is what you should be seeing. That just looks amazing. Absolutely crazy. Love the details on that.
Beautiful. This is already up for pre-order. I like the one with the cape, like the poncho kind of going over him. I quite like that.
Poncho's very comic, but it hides a lot of these details. I like these details. There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
All that material and fucking scratches and armor and guns and badges and fucking things. It's wicked, that is. It's a shame it's 1/3, man. That's a shame.
Yeah, it's just out too big for my collection.
Yeah, same.
They're talking about, someone said there was a Power Ranger bust in the background. Oh yeah. I guess the Green Ranger must have a different pose, or no?
Oh, whose Ranger are you referring to? Because they've done this is PCS's version, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a bust down there. I didn't see that.
Maybe it's and
there is a bust there with his
yeah, like arms crossed. It looks no, they're up.
No, the one on the right is his arms crossed, but the one on the left is like his what are they called? It's not a Zoidoid, is it? Oh, what's it? The things that they turn into.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. If someone's asking me, I don't know.
That looks cool, man.
So then you got the 1/3 Shao Kahn. This piece is like a beast. What was really nice of what Pop Culture Shock did, I mean, what you need to do is you need to get onto the Pop Culture Shock group.
Yeah.
On Facebook. And what they were doing is they were doing these for pre-order at the conventions, but what they were also doing is if you were on the group, you were allowed to pre-order this early. They did it until someone decided to fuck it all up. They said, do not post this outside the group, and then someone decides to then post on the forums, as they do.
Well, they were removed.
They were removed, and unfortunately, that no one else was allowed to order it early.
There's always somebody that just has to fuck it all up. I mean, there's just no need for doing that at all. I mean, I understand about maybe your mate isn't in the group, maybe you're wanting to get it or something. But you just you got to be smart about these things, man. At the end of the day, you got to look at it like it is a Pop Culture Shock group. It's not like some secret elite group you can't get into. You can get into it. You can be a member there. It's not hard. It's the group is open for anybody. So by you sharing that link everywhere else, it just shits on everyone that's in it.
Yeah,
that's just wrong. It's still just a wrong attitude, man. I really like this piece. I really like the look of it. I think the only thing I feel is a little bit of a bad timing, personally.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. It's the same as the Dread. I mean, the quarter scale piece of this, the quarter scale piece of the Dread have just come out. People are still waiting for their quarter scale Shao Kahn, and they're a bit like, where the fuck's my Shao Kahn? I've been waiting for this long, and then all of a sudden they're like, here you go, here's a 3rd scale one. So
I mean, it is in a way, it is a different scale and it is a throne piece. And I am seeing a lot of I'm actually seeing a lot of people going for thrones at the moment, and like lots of different companies making thrones out of Thanos. Thanos has given a little bit of another boost to that sort of after the Magneto did. And but I mean, it is 1/3. It is sitting on a throne. It isn't standing, and it isn't quarter scale. So there is different things, but I just feel that timing wise, it would have been so much better if that Shao Kahn may have been out for a few months before this come up. 6 months or so. I just feel like with them waiting in the wings, that's could be dangerous. People just be like, I'm just going to get the 1/3, cancel that. It's a bit of a mess that you don't really want to be into, to be honest. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, the sculpt looks fucking insane.
It's really nice.
Nuts.
Yeah, it looks better. Well, looking at this and the quarter scale, this looks better. Personally.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, the quarter scale actually looks pretty nice. I watched a review recently and it looked okay. There's a few little things, but this is different level stuff. This is what should be. Again, this is what we're expecting. Of what what's capable. I mean, you can see that what Jerry Macalusso's done with that. He's just fucking taken that and just slam dunk that bitch. That looks fucking crazy.
Yeah,
really like it. I really like the thing, the staff that he's got with the red, the like glassy red sort of thing on the top of it. Looks amazing. And the back, look at all them skulls and quality, and his hammer just resting up against it just in case you step out of line. Love that shit. Love that shit. Looks amazing. Really nice.
And that's the concept there. So the studio holding the skull, and
no, that's not a skull. That looks like Unaga's head to me, which is like the demon. It's one of the demons.
Yeah, it does. It says Unaga's head holding interchangeable arm, positioning beside the throne. Yeah.
The only difference is that looks like he's sitting back, and the actual piece itself looks like he's sitting forward.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know which one I prefer actually. Yeah, the concept there.
And his legs are more like level, like this one, like one leg's forward.
Forward. He's coming off. It looks like he's about to stand in that picture.
Yeah, it's like, what are you looking at? Like you can't.
He's pointing at someone saying like you're next or something, and he's about to stand. I think there's a little bit more emphasis in action in that pose as opposed to the chilled back, relaxed look of that one. I guess it's just preference, really. They both look great, so yeah, it looks fantastic.
Raiden looks great as well.
Does look nice.
I guess in all fairness, they couldn't have really gone back with their other one, could they? Couldn't got worse.
That Raiden's fucking terrible. Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It honestly looks like I can't even tell you. That's how bad I can't.
Well, the funny thing about it was like I remember watching the unboxing that Jerry did, and it was like kind of watching it, and it was a bit painful to watch where he's just trying to justify everything that's wrong with it. You know, that's what it felt like.
It's a fucking terrible. It's an awful looking piece. It really is. Yeah. This looks real impressive to me. This is much better. Much better.
Right. So then that's just detail on here looks much better. The material looks better, and the pose just looks much better. This looks
well, you know, it's got a little bit of Raiden. I mean, Raiden has got sort of a rounded type face in a lot of the newer type games, but you know, that they took it to extreme levels, man. He looked like an angry customer at a fucking restaurant who's like screaming at someone to bring him more food. It was terrible, like really bad.
Yeah.
The big face of the last one, it's no good.
All right.
And again, it's another one for time, you know, isn't it? You know, so I mean, I'm glad they've done it because I think people deserve a true Raiden with some proper like lightning like effects. Not that I don't know what that shit was that they stuck on his arm, but it was shocking. That thing that just sits on over his hand is so bad.
Yeah. Apparently, something about the back comes off. I think the base, so that you can fit him into a smaller display.
Sweet, clever, smart thinking.
Then this is. I'm not even trying to say this name. It's not the Chiluna, but it's the. It's the was it the Caloof? This is another like H.P. Lovecraft. This is. Oh no, this is. Or is this the dragon? So this is Red Dragon, is it? No, it's not. So that's different. No, it's the same. Sorry, it's the Red Dragon from Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry.
Jesus Christ! Two pictures.
Huh?
Show me the other picture.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just this.
Just angles.
I saw it really, really different. Can you see my mouse? I saw his head there, and I saw him as some weird monster when I first saw this. So this is the Red Dragon from Dungeons and Dragons board game.
There is, I don't think, just a personal preference of mine. I don't think there is a better iconic look to a dragon than when it's like on a mountain top, you know, like castle, where it's over the top and it's so vast.
Yeah,
the wings are out and it's over the front of a castle. It reminds me a little bit of Reign of Fire in the style. And you know, when I was a kid, and you know, you had like you used to, I don't know, you remember when we used to go into them shit shops, and there would be like them type of dragons, like that, the ice dragons and the green ones and all the different ones, and there were ornaments, and they were sitting on top of either like the glass domes or you know things like that. And
I think Racing collects those.
Yeah, I have like fond memories of being like a boy and then being around, and as a kid I loved the look of them. And this is one of like for me a very iconic probably like a childhood, you know, nostalgia for, you know, one of them, like a big dragon over like a fort, like a big, you know, fucking almost like Gormley Keep,
Yeah.
you know, from Dungeons and from Flight of Dragons, you know what I mean? Just like over the top of it. And look at that's the color scheme is going to be with the red and the orange, the red and the yellows.
Yeah.
Orange. That's fucking lovely. That's going to be an absolute.
I thought we were going to. I thought we were going to get a bit of a song there. I thought you were going to
Maybe.
do the old Flight of Dragons song there. It's my pop. Ed, dude, this is pop culture shock.
It's one of my shower specialties. That one.
There you go. There's quite a few pictures of this one actually.
It's
a lot of
beautiful.
detail on there.
I really can't wait to see this painted. What scale is this? Do we know?
Wow, it's not really scaled, is it? Because of the, it would be like 1/100th.
Yeah, because of all the building. I guess you can't call a scale, can you?
Yeah.
Just wondering what sort of thing this would fit in with.
Someone really says it's. I saw a comment, but again, it's Brandon, so I take it with a pinch of salt. But he says it's 3 feet long.
3 feet across, like a width.
Yeah.
With wingspan, maybe it could be. I mean, some of these pieces are very.
But remember, it's Brandon, so I wouldn't quote that.
Respect Brandon, damn it. He shows up every week. He always comments, always gets involved. You'll listen to what he says and you'll respect him, dagnamit.
I respect him when he's right.
I love it. I really can't wait.
If he had his wings open, you'd be 3 foot.
Okay, so maybe a little bit less than.
Oh, sorry. They're making a wing open version that's going to be 3 foot. Thank you for your clarification, Nicholas. You can always trust on you for sure.
Get that geezer mod status. Nicholas. Let's get him on there. Let's get him modded up.
All right, have to happen. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe you don't want it. No one will know that.
Who doesn't want that? Be one of the knights of our round table.
I watched that the other day, actually.
What?
That film with Jude Law. You told me to watch.
Yeah, it was wicked, isn't it?
Yeah, it was all right. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Same as me, King Arthur. It was wicked.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I've got it in 3D to watch.
All right. So then you got the RCB Thor. So there's Royal Custom Brotherhood Thor. So there's a custom piece. He has several heads. So you got the head there where he's got a beard and he's got the eye guard, and then you got one where he's got his clean face. Classic.
Mm.
So I like that one, really. So you got the beard and the hair. I'm just not really a fan ever of these like lightning things.
That head looks good. I like that head.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one's nice too. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with it. This is just, it spoils the whole thing. Just lose that. No one needs that. It looks fucking terrible.
I think his leg position's quite weird as well, actually.
I think it would look like that from that angle, but if you did it head on, I don't think it looks as bad.
See the pin there as well.
I like that effect, it going in there, but that's a picture, a close-up detail. When you pull back and you see the whole thing in its entirety, it just makes, I don't know, it loses something for me. It just looks a little bit toy.
Yeah,
I just feel toy when I see that.
I think you kind of get away with it when you have like
let me see the head-on shot of the whole body.
I don't think there is like that.
There is. I still think if you angle that probably another 25 degrees, 30 degrees, so that fist is looking, the open hand is looking right at you, I think the legs will look perfect. I think it's an angle thing. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I definitely would lose the lightning. I'm not sure about the proportions though. It's my only thing. The forearm looks, from this angle, looks far too big for the bicep and tricep. Just looks too big.
Yeah.
His quadriceps to his calf ratio is fucking laughable. It's not, the proportions on this body don't look right.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? That's obscene. Them forearm compared to his bicep and triceps and shoulder, it's obscene. Well off. And the legs, the proportion of the legs is off. The bicep, the calves for the quad ratio is really off, or certainly looks it in from these photographs. Look how big his calves are compared to his thighs.
I get one. There you go.
That doesn't look bad for me. Forearms and arms, don't. Yeah. Oh well.
Can't win them all. Can't win them all.
OG's still king for me then. Or better, get the Sideshow modern.
And then these are going to be the latest images of the Salt and Pepper Wolverine and X-23.
I've seen this. I was quite curious of what his. Oh, okay.
What's that?
No. If you look at the picture two before, like one or two before,
Yeah.
it looks like he's grabbing her by the fucking hair and throwing her.
No, it's just the ankle.
Yeah. So like when you look there. Yeah, that's cool. That's
this actually parts have been printed, so you've actually got the head now.
That's impressive. That's lovely. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Salt and Pepper.
This looks good.
Yeah,
this looks really good.
There's all the pieces there. This is huge.
Wow.
It's like it's 55 centimeters deep or something. I think it's really
very,
deep.
very impressive. This looks
nice. It looks really nice. So there's just the images there. So you got the kind of battle damage face as well.
It's got a very similar physique and sort of frame as the Resin Works Wolverine. Can you see it?
Yeah, because he's like quite like massive and dumpy kind of thing.
Sort of, not quite Iron Studios level, but Resin Works sort of like Wolverine in its style with a big shoulder pads and big chest, broad chest, narrow sort of going into a nice thin waist. Looks good. I like it.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I think it looks really, really good. So that's that. Then you got the Batman. So we can start off with a shin guard. Okay. And you got the new. So this is the new Batman, which is sculpted by Martin Canal, and so this is Sideshow premium format. This is coming out tomorrow to pre-order, and yeah. So this kind of came out. They kind of kept it back a little bit. They showed the Superman, the Wonder Woman. I like it. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about little things. A lot of people are complaining about the it's always batarangs. Why is it always batarangs? But I think that these are much better than normal batarangs.
Yeah, they sort of look like knuckle dusters with blades.
Yeah,
almost like a punching implement.
People are saying they should have done like an unmasked head or some kind of other head. Yeah, maybe, but I still think that these are a bit more than just a batarang as you get with the original premium format and the original movie version. And it's always like a little grappling gun. It's always something that's normally hidden under the cape, which doesn't really do any justice. But I quite like these.
I like them, but I can completely agree with the argument. I think that it's the cheap and the quick way out. It's a weak exclusive. It's a very weak exclusive. Between it doesn't change anything. It doesn't really change too much having normal hand or normal hands versus that. I mean, it does. You look at the pictures and you think, oh yeah, they add a lot of detail, blah blah blah. But I happen to agree. I think for me, I think that we need to start seeing some unmasked Batmans. I think they need to do that because it's just every single year upon year, there's 2 or 3 of them released. It's always the same fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
I think on the pose like this of the Arkham thing, the Amadeus Arkham, yeah, that from it's got a little nod to the sort of the comic, even a little bit in the game. They share a bit on that character. I would like to have seen maybe either a different styled portrait or one that's like with the cowl behind him slightly or above it, like lifted up.
Yeah,
I would have liked to have seen that personally. I think that it's long overdue. Sideshow still haven't done it. I don't know how many Batmans they've made, but they've not done it. In all the Batmans so far, there's all customs that are doing it, and I think that's a shame. I think that's a real shame. With the skilled people, sculptors and painters and things they have there at their disposal, they could really do an impressive job with that. And I just don't think they don't need to do it. I think people will buy it anyway. I think it will sell out anyway, so I don't think they care. And I don't think his character is getting what he really deserves. Personally, I really like the physique, the thickness, the masculine. I really like that about this character, particularly the size of it, more than other Batmans I've seen. So for me, I'm really impressed with it in that regard. I
Yeah.
really like the physique, the belt, the modern change. I really like the scarred up face, the worn face.
Well, it's kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
mean,
got a bit of like a
Miller,
dark, yeah, like a Miller like look to it.
similar, yeah, I
Yeah.
totally.
It's also I quite like the weathering on the cape.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
yeah, man.
Quite cape looks quite solid actually.
People
They
were
got
saying,
all the
yeah,
scuffs on
it's
the.
nice. That's good, big, thick abdomen, like, you know, big round chest, proper. I mean, the thing is with it as well, people were saying that I love the belt. People were saying that it's the same pose as the Nightmare Batman, isn't they?
Well, I guess so, but I guess if you look at poses of 100 sideshow statues, I mean, you could probably pair them all off into little groups, can't you?
Oh yeah, I would have thought so.
I
I
doubt
like
there's
it.
going to be like very unique ones other than the new Joker and whatever else. But yeah.
Mm.
Then you got
What a great pairing though that would be, isn't it?
the new
Like
Joker.
this Batman and that Joker, really nice.
Be interesting to see for sure. That'd be very interesting to see together.
I like
I
it.
think.
I think it's
I think that
exciting time.
I do think the new line. I do think the new line is looking good though. I do think that the Superman looks great. I think the Wonder Woman looks great,
I hate to
and
say it, but I think they're improved. I think they're better than the originals. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah. I do. I agree. I agree.
that's what it is. I think they're a better trilogy. I definitely think the Wonder Woman is a million times.
Well, now what? Yeah, the new Wonder Woman is fantastic. The new Wonder Woman's gorgeous. She
And
looks.
and the Superman. I had the
Yeah,
Superman. I had the Batman BF. I've owned them both, and I've had the Wonder Woman as well. And
I
you
had.
know,
Yeah, I had the Wonder Woman and the Batman. I didn't have the Superman.
there are great elements to them, but I do feel that these are. I mean, just from my personal taste, they are superior, better
Yeah.
sculpted, better details, better bases, just
Well,
better.
it's a canal, isn't it? So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting into that. I know his stuff is gold, but that's not my point. My point is that, as a concept, base to figure, everything else, there's much more happening in this new trilogy than there are in the originals. Much,
sure.
much more. I think there's definitely more craft and more work that have gone into these three than they have the original three.
Apparently, we're out of our minds.
Who says so?
Your boyfriend.
Nah, well, I'm guessing that he owns those three pieces.
Probably.
Well, there
I
you
love the
are.
way
Then,
you. I love the way you
then,
know what I'm
then
talking
is,
about.
you see, then is this is the problem. You see, if you own the three pieces, if you own the pieces, then you are emotionally attached. You're already connected. That's the problem, which means that your opinion on it is always going to be more difficult to come across as being independent because it's not. That's the problem. I had them. I had the Batman, had the Superman, had the Wonder Woman. They were okay pieces. I loved the Batman actually, to be honest. But out of the three, I really like the Batman. But I
Yeah.
think it came with a lot of problems. The position of its the bent knee was off. It looked fucking well awkward, well strange. I really loved the belt. I really liked it. The mixed media was saggy and droopy and just a little bit like, you know what I mean? So there are elements. There definitely are elements. The skin is a little bit dark on it's a little bit of he's got a Mexican look to him, a little bit like that.
It does that quite a lot, though, to be honest.
For me, I think these are the better trilogy. If I had them, I'd sell those three pieces and I'd buy the three new ones. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
If I was going to get them, but then again, I don't recognize where this Batman's from either. So I do recognize the Batman original, and I recognize the Superman, and I recognize the Wonder Woman from the comics that I remember. But I think as statues go, as work go, I think the better craft, the better time, the better effort, the best, the better skills on show are in these three.
Yeah.
Even if I don't recognize them, because I don't recognize them.
No. No.
I still
All
know it's
right.
fucking Batman, and that's what it matters. Fuck it.
All right. So then you got the Terminator 2 T800. It's not really a
That's a nice little
bust.
touch that you can put it on the wall.
Yeah, I think that this is actually quite a nice piece. There's a lot of people complaining and saying, another Terminator 2 bust. But I think this is different. I mean, people are comparing it to the Joker mask, but I think this is different. This is like you kind of is like a relic. You kind of find it on battlefield, or it's like a battle trophy after you defeated the
I get what you're
T-800.
saying, like something that they found
And
on the ground, so like a dead one.
there are so many that, of these busts. I mean, like Chronicles, Sideshow, Hollywood Collectibles. They all made them, and they all look exactly the same. And I think that
It's definitely different.
I think this is a unique look at it, and I think that this, I think is a great look. I think is a great change. I'm quite happy with it. I don't know. Sideshow distribute it. It's by, is it Pure or something? I can see down there. Let's see what that says.
Studio Canal. I can't see that. You'd have to zoom into that.
Yeah, it says Pure something. Oops. I can't see it. This one won't let me zoom in properly.
Worry about it. But the yeah, I get your point. My thing is with this is just that as a design thing, this is from something from the 80s.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's been. I happen, I know it's different. I know you can wall mount it, and I know it's not exactly the same, and blah blah blah. But I don't know if it's enough for me to, like, if I owned a bust, that I would sell it and get this. Do you understand what I mean? That's my point. So
Yep.
I don't think it's enough of a. I don't think it's enough of a change that would make me want to.
No, but it's enough. It's enough for them to kind of warrant releasing another one, and not be exactly the same as the others. If like someone hasn't got one, or there's increasingly new collectors coming out. So if a new collector has this opportunity to buy it, then
Are you going to
maybe
buy
that's
it?
an option. No, I'm selling all my movie stuff, so no. Well, I'm not yet, but I don't really want to keep all my movie stuff. And I think it's quite cheap as well. I don't think it was that expensive.
I have no idea. You
I think
probably
it's
know
like
more.
$370.
I mean, it's hard though, isn't it? Because at this point in time, it's a mask.
Yeah.
Still think that's, I don't know. It's everybody's got to think for themselves in this regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I probably, if I had one, if I owned one, I wouldn't sell it to get this. That's just what I would. But I don't think it's enough for me. I'd like to see. I'd probably like to see some other characters done. To be honest, I'd like to see something with the T1000 done. I'd like to see some different stuff.
Well,
Maybe
I'd like to see a premium format Sarah Connor, premium format Carl Reese. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. This is why there are probably people out there saying, right, another one. They're waiting for the same fucking people you are. Maybe they're waiting for all of them things too.
Sure.
And there's another bust, another T1000, another T800, T800, T800. It's like, it's been done to death. It's just, it's raping the license. It's just, it's not going deep into it and giving people more rounded,
Yeah.
statue base for Terminator. It really isn't. And if you, that's how it is. You got a T800, a few of them. Got a few Arnolds. You got a few busts. It's all the same fucking character over and over again. It's the money. It's the money earners.
Well,
We're not seeing any Sarah Connor. We're not seeing Carl Reese. We're not seeing Marcus Wright. We're not seeing anything. I mean, can you imagine what they could do with a T1000 now? Imagine how the statue would be. The sculpt and the violence that they can make in that piece. They can make it look amazing, dynamic, aggressive. They could do a bio with him in the car with the T1000, with the T800, shotgun John Connor, young. They could do all of that. Let's start fucking open your fucking mind. Do something else. Give this a fucking rest.
Well, I want Sarah Connor from Terminator 2 would be nice.
Yeah, of course. She's iconic. She's exceptional in that film. Absolutely exceptional. Linda Hamilton. What a great performance. To turn it around. But I mean, there's also the classic. You could also have the classic Connor.
I do. I like this as well. Anyway, I think this.
For me,
I think for me it looks like you've never collected any movie pieces, so. But for me, I think it does actually have enough to kind of warrant it. And it's someone just messaged me. It's 389. The prices of things are going. I mean, I think it's a reasonable price. You've got the light ups on the base, so the wording lights up the eyes, and I think there's some lighting under those rocks there.
For me, I feel with movie pieces that they start the line and then they leave them for 10 years and they just repeat the same shit.
They do
I
in
just
comics. Sideshow never complete a line.
I don't feel that
When have Sideshow completed a line?
I am a huge movie yeah, but you ain't got nowhere else to go. That's the problem. Now you've got XM, now you've got Prime One, now you've got other options, you've got customs, you've got everything else. Movies at the moment are primarily Sideshow. And if they don't touch the character, you're fucked. That's you fucked. You're going to have 20 Arnold Schwarzenegger T800s and 4 or 5 different busts of a T800, and that's you done. You'll probably be able to find something custom here or there that was made, but you're never going to get anywhere. That's when I started collecting. When I got into it, I'm a bigger movie fan than I am comic fan. But I know I have more chances, more options, more possibilities with comics to get a more balanced display. I knew with films I was never going to get there. That I would end up with an Ash, but fuck all else. I'll end up with a T800, but fuck all else. I'll end up with a a John Wayne and fuck all else. That's all you're ever going to get.
Or just a different Arnold from 10 movies.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? If you're going to go in there and you're going to say, okay, let's do Terminator, fine, and you got to go, okay, let's do it. Let's do what they did with the DC trilogy. Let's go, okay, let's make a John Connor, let's make a Sarah Connor, let's make a T800, let's make a T1000, let's make a Marcus Wright, let's do them all. Let's do them all and do them well, and then then we'll move on to something else, or we'll do another T800. It always feels kind of shit to me that the big money earners are always redone over and over and over again. It's the one thing I feel with Sideshow. That's what stops them from being a true collector's company. I think they're
It's a business,
more
isn't it?
about
Though
money. Yeah,
it's a business. That's what it is.
I understand that. I get that. I get they're a business. I get all of that. But I also think sometimes you have to give back a little bit. I think you should give back a little bit. And if you're going to do a Terminator or you're going to do, I don't know, an American Werewolf in London, then do a Jack. You know what I mean? If you're going to do, you're going to do Alien, then do a Ripley.
Yeah, I need Ripley as well.
I mean, this not everyone will agree, but this is how I see it. I think, I want options, and if I had the options, if I was secure and safe, and I thought to myself they would get made, then I would buy them. But I won't collect movies that are basically just one part of a film. I like completing things a little bit. Collectors do. I don't want to start getting Marvel steelbooks and then all of a sudden stop now.
Yeah.
That's not how you go. I've got to see it out to the end, which is shit for me, but that's how I am. So with me, I would like a nice. I always wanted an Alien Warrior maquette. Always loved that. One of my favorite pieces ever made is an Alien Warrior maquette. Always wanted it, but I can't buy it because I want. If I did, I need a Ripley, or I need that Ripley just to go in there with it. Beast, heroine.
Right. So someone's saying top secret, don't tell anyone, be posted on a public forum. Brendan's saying about he wants them to redo Ash, but basically what's it called? Prime wanted to redo in Ash, but I think in 1/3. Apparently PCS are doing a 1/3 Ripley top secret, don't tell anyone. But you've already posted it on the chat group, which has got 60 people. So yeah, then you got the Vegeta that just came out. So this is so much Vegeta.
It's amazing. Seeing pictures. Omar's just got this in.
Yeah, Omar just sent me a load of pictures, but I'm gonna have to come out and go back in to get
it. He's waiting a long time for this. Don't you have this?
No, I sold it.
Oh, okay. Did you make any money?
A little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
It does look amazing.
Again, I mean, I literally saw my first episodes of Dragon Ball Z last week, and apparently it's the worst place to start, which was Dragon Ball Super, and it was fucking shit. So yeah, I'll get Omar's pictures up in a minute. So these are just a few quick ones.
It's a funny thing with this, though. Every time I see pictures of that Vegeta, it almost looks like animated.
Yeah.
Like the piece itself, like the body, and it almost looks like it's drawn.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Where's the sort of shading style of it? Yeah, it's done really, really well.
Really.
And then this is the color mock-up of the XM Studios Thor by Caleb.
Michael Riali, if you're watching, this is your bit, brother.
Yeah. So that's it. That's actually all the pictures.
Oh wow, we did great.
So if I stop that.
Dare I say it, sweet as a nut, my brother.
Yeah. So what I do is if I do that, if I do a bit of this, and let me just get Omar's pictures because I don't want to upset him because he's meant to be sending me something.
Don't upset the living traps. You end up fucking dead.
Mr. fucking TRT himself. Yeah.
What's TRT? I love that. What is that? Like
testosterone replacement therapy. I still think the best one is when Omar was a mod. That was the best one. When Omar was a mod, that was fucking so funny.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't do accents when I'm live though. I mess it up. I can't do accents normally. But it was basically Omar removed someone from the group, and the person messaged me to say, "What the fuck's going on? You know, I was in your group and I've just moved for something." And I'm like, "What happened?" And he goes, "I was arguing with Omar, and Omar, we had a bit of a back and forward, and then I got removed. So I think it was Omar. So I messaged Omar, going, "Oh, do you know this person, Omar?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I've spoken to him on the phone. He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "What did he say?" I said, "Oh, what happened? Why did you remove him?" And he goes, "Well, I posted on the group about a comic, and I was asking how much a comic was worth, and then the guy told me, 'Oh, go check out on eBay.' So I told him to go fuck himself. And you know what he said to me? He said, 'Yeah, go fuck your mum.' So it's like, that cunt." And I was just like, okay. But yeah, I can't do the accent. I'm terrible.
Yeah, you actually do. You do it better when you're not live.
Yeah, I did it much better last time. But I couldn't stop laughing. I was trying to be serious, like going, "Yeah, Omar, you did the right thing." But I was just like, that cunt told me to go fuck my mum. And I was just like,
dude, man, it's funny, isn't it? It still gets the same response even when we were kids. It's the same with us. You always knew you were fighting. If someone said anything about your mother, you were fighting. That was it.
Yeah, we used to say stuff about each other's mums. Like, that's Omar's pictures of
me and you always say each other's mums off, but that's only because we know them both.
Yeah.
And it's
can you see this or not?
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
So these are Omar's pictures, which actually do look quite good. Looks like he's been playing around with the old filters on Instagram.
No, you see, this is the thing. I'm not sure that he has, because that's what I'm talking about with this. This is what I'm talking about with this. Is it Vegeta? That's how it is.
Yeah.
It looks like it's drawn. The way it's done is fucking amazing. Like around the knee and around the darkness and stuff, like the shading in there is immense. It really does look like it really does look quite impressive, like a paint job. It really does look amazing. I'm quite sad that I'm not going to get a chance to review this now because you sold it.
And what's he saying? Brendan's saying, "Hey, I remember when I got removed." We got you back in, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
we actually.
Brandon. Let me just tell you this:
you
are the reason that now nobody's allowed to be removed from RaddTitan without our approval.
Yeah.
Actually, now we have a mod group that's like, I don't know how many we have now, 10, 12 mods.
I do think
it goes to a public vote, and and now it has every single person before, unless it's like obvious abuse, then
but that was what happened. Is the Brandon thing happened, and we had to talk to the other mods who did it. I think it was two of them when they're fucking around, 2 or 3 of them, and then I think the Omar thing happened after, and we didn't really argue with Omar.
Omar was right. Right. That's why Omar was right to do it. Brandon's a funny one. It looks amazing there. But Brandon, you're the reason, man. Just remember that you're the reason that people get fair trial, brother.
But you can see
you're like the Brandon Guerrero Act 2017.
But you can see there where the color of the flames are kind of picking up the red of the Thor behind, so it gets all the colors in there. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I can also see the blue, but I assumed that the blue was coming from the actual figure itself.
I think it's coming from the actual image at the back. But what happens is when you actually turn it on, it does kind of flicker. That's coming from the image at the back. But the thing does flicker.
Do you get them balls with it, or did he put them balls on there?
I think Omar put his own balls on there.
Good boy. How many fucking Dragon Balls?
There you go. That's what it does.
Jesus, man.
That's what it does when it lights up. It does that.
That really does look nice. Is Omar there? Is he on? Is he watching?
I don't know. Let me check.
If Omar, ask him what he thinks about this. Ask him, is it impressive as it looks?
He's not messaging.
It fucking looks impressive. This.
I think he's gone. I think he left after. Oh no, so yeah. So so this all lights up. Omar, why doesn't cable have an on? What's going on?
Tell me that Cable didn't fucking say anything horrible about Omar.
And then now he's throwing in his.
Loves that Hulk.
His Hulk. He's throwing that in there.
I've seen that Hulk in person. It's all right. I wouldn't go that fucking far. He went well far with that. He was like, "Oh, best he's ever seen." Nah, man, you own
the one. In all fairness, the one we saw, I don't think was the best version of it because it was the grey. It was the grey paint up, and I don't think it was that well painted.
I've got pictures of it. There's nothing wrong with the paint, you idiot. It was the grey version. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you one thing for sure. It is the heaviest figure if it lifted in my life. It probably weighs about 20 kilos on its own. 25 kilos. Just the fucking Hulk.
It was well heavy. It was well heavy.
Never felt anything so heavy ever in my life. I've never picked a statue up. Even in its entirety, I've never lifted a statue as heavy.
It was only, I think it was only that. So it was only the upper torso.
No, it's not. It was the whole torso, the whole body. I had to lift it like a peg. Grab it around the cock and lift it up.
All right. Well, we've done all the pictures. We've got through that. So that's another week we've got through. So basically, I'm going to have to go pack up my bag because I haven't even started yet. And I've got to fly in it, but I've got to go to the airport in about 3.5 hours. My suitcase is empty. And so that's it, really. All right, so
fucking shorts and calm down.
Shorts. It's well cold. It's like loads of snow. It's really cold.
Yeah,
like I was told by
take some shorts.
I was told by Colson, because last time it was really, really cold, and I decided to take my Converse All Stars, which was a fucking bad move, I tell you. I got frostbite. It's one of those times I wish I was Nanny June and I had an extra toe to lose. What was it? Thor sent me a message the other day, but I couldn't do it because I was out. But he was going, "Oh, you need to watch a video because we start talking about your grandma and Rodney's grandma."
Oh, really? I have to check that out.
It goes on the Punisher video. Did they do another Punisher video? Or
XM Punisher video. I've got on my watch list.
So they said that you got to check it out because they start talking about each other's grandmas and stuff. They mention Grandma June. God rest her soul. 6-toe June. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. And do the usual like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let us know anything you want to let us know.
Shut up when you let us know. It's always what you say. Let us know. Just shut up. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Have you finished now? Shall I put it down?
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.